Hello again, I'm Dr. Nunez with Living Health. I get the question sometimes, what is healthy food? What makes something healthy? Okay, so let's try to get an answer to that question today. This is part of a series of talks on lifestyle, how your lifestyle impacts your health and well-being. Those are the choices that you make, that you have control over on a daily basis. Nutrition is just one component of lifestyle, and healthy eating is part of that in nutrition. If you like these kinds of talks on lifestyle medicine, just press that thumbs up, press the subscribe button, and press the little bell so you get notified of future talks. And please leave a comment, it's always appreciated. So what's a healthy food? Well, you certainly don't want to eat to excess, even of healthy foods. So one of the things you have to look at when you take a step back is that you're not eating excessive calories. And in that respect, well, what is it that has the most calories per unit of weight? And that's fat. So fats are oils as well as saturated fats like lard and things like that. All of that is very calorie rich. So you notice how sometimes bears will eat the fat from the salmon. They strip the skin off and eat the fat to fatten up so that they can hibernate. That's because fat is so calorie rich. Sometimes people think, well, carbs are, you gain weight with them. Carbs in reality they have about half the calories per unit of weight of fat. But fat satiates you more, so you tend not to eat as much fat. You tend to eat more of the simple carbs, the starchy stuff, the sweets that are rich in calories. So you compensate for the fact that carbs don't have as much calories by eating a lot more of them. So you got to be careful with that, and you got to be careful with the combination of fat and sugar, in particular, or fat and simple starches, which we find in a lot of sauces and a lot of cooking. That makes things very rich and can get you to put on weight. But I'm going to clue you into one little area that I think is important to look at when you're looking at food, is the fiber content of things. And it's not the end-all be-all, but be aware of fiber in your diet. And when you pick up a food that has a label on it, look at the fiber content. You'll find that most of the time things are pretty low in fiber. And what happens is, in the developed world, people aren't eating enough fiber in their diet. That is the one area where there seems to be a deficiency. And so you find people that are supplementing with fiber. They'll take natural supplements, whether it's things like Metamucil, Consul, those kinds of things, which are psyllium husk fibers, and supplement with that. Well, is there a way you could do that naturally so you don't have to do that? And that would be in eating plants, fruits, vegetables, legumes, which are beans, things like that, can give you all the fiber you need, and it can get it to you naturally. What is the advantage of that? Usually you're going to find that these plant foods are not as calorie dense. So you're not going to be eating a lot of calories, but you're going to be eating more food. And because they're fiber rich, they're going to be more filling usually. And sometimes you'll have to eat more volume or chew through more. And so you're going to find that you end up eating less of those kinds of things. And then at the same time, they're very rich in vitamins and phytonutrients. So you're going to be eating more healthily. Now, the downside of animal-based products, meats and the like, is that meats have no fiber at all, and meats have cholesterol. Even a fish fillet will have cholesterol. Cholesterol is a product that's produced by the animal cells. Plants don't produce it. The other kingdom that you're not going to find it in is the fungi, so the mushrooms aren't going to produce these kinds of things either. Mushrooms have fiber too, by the way. So that's another area where you can get it. So I'm going to clue you in just in that little area of what is healthy. Well, it's going to be eating more plants and eating less meats. It's It's going to be eating more fiber, eating less things that are not fiber rich. And so when you're going and looking even at your plant-based things, okay, if you're looking at processed plants like flour products, pastas, you're going to find that they've removed the fiber from those things if you're using a processed white flour to make these things. So even from the plants, you have to be careful that you're going to eat more whole food plants that are not very processed, because in that processing they do remove a lot of the fiber, and sometimes they remove a lot of the phytonutrients that are found in the plant. So be careful with that. But in general, if you're eating the whole, as less processed the plant, the better. And you're gonna get the phytonutrients, and you're gonna get the fiber, and you're not gonna get the cholesterol. So that's one of the advantages of going in that way, and you're gonna be more full, so you'll tend to eat less of the other stuff. So please consider that. Now, if you are a meat eater, I'm gonna suggest to you, well, try to eat, if you're eating red meats like beef, try to eat grass-fed, grass-finished. It's going to be leaner in general. You'll have to be a little more careful in how you cook it. But even that fat profile is going to be a little healthier for you within the realm of red meats. If you're into animal products and you want to switch around within animals, I would tell you to try to switch more towards the fish and get away from the red meats. And that might start to incline you in the direction of healthier eating. So try not to fry either, because those fats are going to add a lot of calories, and try not to have things that are breaded, because those simple carbs are processed, and you're going to get, it's going to soak up fat, and you're going to get a lot of calories, and it's going to encourage you just to eat more. Sugar, by the way, is a plant product. Comes from that most of the time, at least out here where we're at, sugar cane. It can come from beets, it can come from other plant products, but notice that is a highly processed plant product. So that's not something you want to encourage yourself in. And yes, sugar is usually vegan, so you can avoid it. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean something is vegan that it's healthy for you. So be careful with those ultra-processed, even vegan foods. That's in general the scheme in the nutrition area. You eat more of the plants, more of the whole food plants, less processed food, less meats, less animal products in general, and you're going to be eating more healthy. It doesn't mean you have to be vegan, it doesn't mean you have to be vegetarian, but just be sure you're balancing yourself, because in the Western diet and the developed world diet, we're eating much more processed food and much more animal and red meat products. So if you reduce those and you increase your whole plants, you're going to be better off. I want to remind you, though, this is not about depriving yourself. If you're really into eating meats and the like, just try to reduce it. You can use plant-based substitutes for some meats if you're trying to transition. I would tell you, in terms of a flavor profile, sometimes things that you can look at are in the mushroom world. They can give you certain of that umami flavor that people like in the red meats, and you can get it in the mushroom world, and you can just find those that you like in particular. If you go into the expensive areas, you can find truffles that have a remarkable flavor profile. And some of the meat eaters say that when they have something that's seasoned with truffles or cooked with truffles, that they don't end up missing that meat flavor. So that's one thing to look at as well. Now, this is just one component of lifestyle. Don't concentrate just on nutrition. I have the other videos and talks on the different areas of lifestyle medicine. Please also don't obsess over one particular area excessively, where you start to feel like you're not performing in that area, or you're feeling like you're depriving yourself of certain pleasures. That's not the purpose of lifestyle medicine. The purpose is that to make you be healthy and and feel well so that you can enjoy life more thoroughly and have a longer life that you could enjoy things for a longer period of time. If you like these kinds of videos, press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button, and press the little bell so you can be notified of future videos, and leave a comment. And until next time, I'm Dr. Nunez with Living Health. Bye-bye.